Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, everywhere you are from in this world. My name is Gary, and today we are going to have a very special interview. Okay, the reason I say it's special is this name kept coming up every time when I spoke to my buddy Nate Wells. As most of you all know, I've a very good relationship with a very close buddy of mine that's currently living in Vietnam. And he was just telling me, Gary, you need to interview Carly. You need to talk to Carly. It's like this is the person to talk to. She's her story is amazing. She's a fantastic person. And most of y'all know that I've been doing this interview for the last coming to 9 years now, every single month. And we have been interviewing everybody that's the who's who in Enagic, and most of y'all know, from the olden days of Romy Vadera, Cynthia Briganti, JV Pacifico, to the online time, we have Balas, and we have Matthew Jang, and now we have this amazing person, and her name is Carly. And the more I read about her bio, I realized that, hey, this is not just a normal person. This person has gone through one of the most scariest moment in a person's life. I don't want to spill the beans. I'll let her share exactly what is it all about later. But what Letty says is very true. You may want to bring out something to take note, because through my experience from this last coming to 9 years of doing this interview, many people has reached out to me saying that just one thing that they take away from this interview, the interview that we've been doing for so many years, it has changed the way they look at things. It has changed their life. It has changed their business. It has also changed their results in whatever they are doing. So you don't want to miss it, because it's not every day you can have somebody like Carly to be in front of you. And so without further ado, guys, let's put our hands together and welcome Miss Carly Brown, all the way from America. Yeah. Hi, Carly.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. It's evening time here in Texas, and I know you guys are just getting your day started. So looking forward to the chat. Thanks for having me, Gary.
Yeah, okay. Kali, a lot of us, especially in Asia, we always, there are some people, I'm not sure if this is the same thing over there where you come from, but there are some people who really think that, those people who makes it in business like what we do, somebody is like, they have probably come from a lot, like very high advantage, or maybe from a very wealthy family or something like that. But I read your story, and amazing, very inspiring story. So maybe you can give us a little bit an idea. What was life like before Enagic, for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have actually been an entrepreneur for about 14 years now.
Wow.
And I just remember the last time I had a job, it was right around the time that I started dating my now husband.
Okay.
And he's a professional musician. So he would, go out and play gigs at night, and I'd go to my office job. And I
Right.
remember one day I finished working my office job. I was like done with my work at 3 o'clock, but I had to wait until it turned 5 o'clock for me to leave the office, because those are the
Right.
rules. You have to wait till
Right.
5 p.m. to leave. And I called him, and I'm walking and I'm pacing back and forth in front of this office, just like I feel like a caged lion. Like I'm a grown adult, and someone told me I can't leave the office until 5 p.m., even though my work is done. Like, how
Right.
is this legal? How is this even legal that someone can tell me that I can't leave? Like I'm an adult. And so he was like, "So quit." I was like, "What do you mean quit? Like we're broke, we have no money. Like how could I quit my job?" And he was like, "You just have to, we'll take the leap." Like we were, very in love. And he's like, "We'll
Okay.
take the leap and we'll figure it out together."
Right.
And that was the last time that I ever had a job. That was in 2015 at this point. And, we scraped by for a long time. We did the entrepreneurial journey, making enough literally to eat, to put a roof over our heads, but we were free and we were
Okay.
happy because no one was in charge of our time.
Wow.
But I had the time freedom of entrepreneurship, but I never had the financial freedom.
Right.
So we were doing this for a while, finding different ways to, at least just get by. And then in 2019, I was diagnosed with metastatic thyroid cancer. I
Wow.
was 33 years old at the time,
Yeah.
and I'd already been living a pretty healthy life, eating organic food and non-toxic and things like that. And so I was really shocked that I had gotten this cancer diagnosis. My first son was 8 months old at the time. So
Wow.
I remember him sitting in the kitchen eating oatmeal when I got the call, "I'm sorry, it's cancer," not knowing if I would be here to watch my son grow up.
Right.
And I knew enough about alternative healing and alternative medicine to understand that the cancer recurrence rates were so high and that I didn't want to be a part of those cancer recurrence rates. And given I was only 33 years old. And so I said, I want to figure out how to do root cause healing. How did I get this diagnosis? So I went about a journey of really learning how to heal my body on a cellular level with cold pressed juices and nutrition and detoxification and just really healing from the inside out.
Right.
And during that, on that journey, I learned about hydrogen water, ionized molecular hydrogen water. I was actually went to an integrative cancer clinic down in Mexico, and it was the water that they were giving us as patients there. And
Okay.
so I couldn't afford a machine. So I financed a K8 just to be drinking this water,
Right.
having no clue there was a business. I just
Okay.
wanted the water.
Okay.
And so I did what I needed to do to get the product. And then what happened was I went on my Instagram account and said, "Oh my gosh, I just got hydrogen water. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's going to help my body as I'm navigating this diagnosis." And someone messaged me and said, "You're going to do amazing at this business. You're going to help so many people with this business." And I was
Wow.
like, "What business? There's a business to this?" And she told me all about it. And I was like, "Of course I'm going to do that. I already believe in the product. I know it can help people. And now you're telling me there's a way to make money." I wasn't, I was just making enough at that time to just
Mhm.
cover my mortgage. I was $100,000 in debt because of all of the therapies that I had been
Right.
doing for my cancer journey. So I
Right.
was also really in a prime place to create another stream of income as well. So that was kind of my journey to getting the ionizer in my home and learning that there was a business with it.
Right. Wow. Wow. Very interesting and inspiring story, Kali. Um, few things I want to go deeper on that part that you told me just now. Okay, first, did you go to like mainstream therapy, like radio, chemo, operation, or things like that before you go on the alternative path?
No, no. So I went directly
Okay.
into alternative medicine. I
Right.
had an 80% reduction in the cancer
Right.
from just all alternative medicine.
Okay.
My medical team essentially said that I was in maintenance mode. What happened was I ended up getting pregnant with my second son, and during my pregnancy, there was some progression. So I ended up having surgery after my second son was born,
Okay.
but no chemo, no radiation, just surgery. And I'm fully
Wow.
cancer free now. I've been cancer free for 4 years.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. And of course, obviously, the water has helped tremendously, right?
Yes.
Okay.
hmm
So second is at that point of time when you said that you got the machine from the clinic, but you didn't know there was a business. So it wasn't the clinic that got you into the business, it was somebody else, right?
Okay,
Okay.
so I had a friend
Yeah.
who, in my local community in Texas, who brought me a big jug of water. And he
Ah,
brought it to me and he was like, "Hey, this is hydrogen water. I think it's going to really help you. You should start
okay.
drinking this." And I was like,
Right.
"Wait, that's the same water at the clinic. Okay, yeah, I'll buy a machine from you." So I financed a
Ah,
machine through him.
okay.
And then when this girl on Instagram told me there was a business, I
Right.
looked at her stories and she had
Yes.
just had an amazing, like $40,000 month. I
Wow.
was like, "Can you teach me the business?" So my husband bought
Right.
a machine under her and I ended up doing the business with her because the person I met, the person who was doing it locally wasn't really doing the business. He didn't understand it.
Right.
So I ended up doing the business with my now mentor, Megan, who's under Lacey.
Under Lacey, yeah. Yeah, I
Yes.
met Lacey, and Lacey
Yeah.
is just dynamite, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Guys, are you all getting this? Because a light bulb just light up on my head. And what Kali says reminded me to remind you guys one more time. A lot of people, especially in the offline world, you are very passionate with the product, the water. Fine, amazing. But don't forget that person that you are introducing the water could be another Kali Brown. So if you are not following up with the business, you are going to miss out a Kali Brown. And Kali is superstar. She's on fire. Okay. So a lot of you say that you don't have a superstar or a builder or an active leader in your group. It could be you have not really showed them the business. Remember, Enagic is both the product and the business. And it's really sometimes the business that will continue sustaining the introduction of this amazing product all over the world. So yeah, Kali, thanks for reminding us that, because yeah, I mean that's a clear example. The clinic in Mexico didn't tell you about the business. The person who brought you the jug of water didn't tell you about the business. It took a third party, a third person to show you the business, and that's it. So the question is, guys, why didn't even the first two party even want to tell about the business? Here's the big question. So you really need to get sometimes out of the overthinking thing, because Kali, there are some people who says, like, for example, there's this type of thinking. I'm not sure it's general. There are some people who says, hey, the person already is in a low situation. That person has cancer. That person has some health issue. They're not going to think about business. But now you have actually proven that the person who is actually in a physical condition would definitely have more reason to want to have more financial source of income. So this is, I mean, don't overthink. Just keep showing. Somebody will take it up. And if it's meant for that person will take it up. So I think, Kali, your point is really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and I think there's a classy way to do it too when when you're with someone who's drinking the water for health and healing and vitality and detox. It's also not like, hey, you have to do this and here's what you could do and you have to make this priority right now. It's just, hey, just so you know, there's an opportunity to create another stream of income with this. And I know that you're aligned with the product. I would love the opportunity to be able to sit down and share that with you when you feel ready. If someone had done that with me, I would have been like, yeah, I'm ready right now. And the thing that Megan did differently too was Megan really excited me. She was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna, once I was like, wait, there's a business. And she saw I was curious and she was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna do amazing. Here's what I've done. Here's what I've created. Here's how it's changed my life. Here's how you could do it. And like, I'm a very energetic person. So when she was excited, it fueled my fire. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy another machine through you. And she was like, oh, okay, great. Like that wasn't even what she was trying to do. She was just genuinely sharing her excitement with me.
Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. Energy. Yeah. Have that
Energy.
energy, when you are genuinely putting yourself there, wanting to help people. It's just so powerful. Just
Yeah.
one more thing before we move on to the next thing. Do you have any online experience before this, or were you in any form of health and wellness industry before this, or Enagic is
So
like your first thing?
no, I was running a business as a health coach. So I've always been very interested in wellness. I was a health coach. I had under 10,000 followers at the time.
Wow.
But I was just sharing kind of recipes, healthy living, the ways I was taking care of my mind and my body. I grew my Instagram following at the same time that I grew my Enagic business. I just got really excited and confident and proud of what I was doing and the ways that it could help people. So the massive growth of my page, which is now over 400,000 people, has happened over the last 4 years as I've grown this business.
Wow, wow, amazing. So that's why, guys, it's so important. Kali, you brought another point that I just want to highlight, just in case they forgot about this. Kali did not start with a 400,000 following. Kali started with one follower. Again, bring back to basic. But she has started that journey much longer before all of us. So what does it tells you is, guys, yesterday has gone, tomorrow hasn't happened, but today is where you can start. So start today, one day, maybe 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you'll be like Kali, having all these numbers of followers. But you have to start today. Start today.
Yeah,
So that whatever
absolutely.
that comes your way, you have the followers that already trust in you, believe in you, and want to share the same journey with you. Wow, that's so amazing. Okay, Kali, with all your experience like you have done, I saw you've also have a brick and mortar juice business or something like that, right? Before Energic. Is that
Yeah.
still running or no more?
Yes. Yep. We still have those there. It's raw organic cold pressed juice in glass bottles, and we have
Okay.
water ionizers at every cafe where people
Wow.
can come and fill up their jugs of water as well.
Wow. Okay. So with your past as a certified coach, as health and wellness coach, then you have the brick and mortar. Why do you choose Energic as a business, as a career? What's so special about Energic that you want to do this like forever?
It's my
Mm.
favorite business.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I saw the legacy ranks, and with the things that I had been doing, all the entrepreneurial endeavors that I had been doing up until that point, there was no consistent income that I could hit that would be, coming in every single month that could create legacy for my family and I. So when I saw the dash three, dash four, dash five, and I
Yes.
thought, even if it takes me 10 years to get to dash three, that'll still be worth it to have
Yeah.
that monthly income coming in. And so I saw the legacy rank. I understood that our business is focused on personal development and community building and health. And those are three of my biggest passions. Like make our mind healthier, make our body healthier, and bring other people along for the ride. And I genuinely loved the product. I bought the product before I ever knew there was even a business. So I would say first, alignment with the product line. Loved that it was a Japanese company. I love Japan. I trust products that come out of Japan. That was really big for me. The
Right.
business model as a whole that's focused on all of it, the name of my community is called Team Rise Up. And it's because a
Wow.
rising tide raises all ships. Like we're all winning together. Even
Right.
you and I supporting each other. Everyone in Enagic, we're one big family learning and growing together. And then, high ticket sales and the legacy income. I was like, I see what's potential of the potential here.
Right.
And so far, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years and I'm smart and I'm capable and I still can't pay my mortgage. I'm going for it. I see it. I see the income potential and I'm going. And I'm not going to stop until I make it all the way. And I just had this fire because I saw what kind of money was possible.
Wow. Yeah, you are very right because I guess a lot of people, especially in the internet age and social media, and now with AI, um, people have that fixation of wanting. I want to be my own boss. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have a something that my own. But then when they got into that thing, they realized that it's just like a fish jumping from a boiling pot to another boiling pot, or even worse boiling pot. Because yeah, you may call it as you are your own boss or entrepreneur, but you don't have anything else other than if sometimes you are lucky, you make some money, but most also don't. And they don't have time, they are always stressed, there's no leverage, and what you say, no legacy income. So
Mhm,
people really need to hear what you have to say. So powerful, and especially a lot of people who have some form of, how should I say, uh, good mindset about network marketing. They always think that it's a form of scam, overpriced products and things like that. I guess it's the clarity that's very important. People really need to see what's the real thing and what's not out there, right?
Yeah, and I mean, network marketing is a business like every single other business. Some people are going to do it and some people aren't. And you get to decide your fate based off of your actions, how long you're willing to stay in the game, who you're willing to become in the process. It's no different than any other business model, except that to the degree that we grow personally, our own heart, our own mind, our own spirit, to the degree that we impact other people, that's how much money we make. I'm like, I love this industry. And I was like, I'm going to be someone who uses my voice to champion what we're doing and to really show people that you're you're operating out of an ancient way of thinking if you still have a stigma about network marketing. It's 2026, people. Come on, you know?
Exactly. You're right. It's like people say, oh no, there's no such thing as mobile phone today, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The next question I'd like to ask you, Kali, which is very relevant for especially a lot of viewers here. I can see people from Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia. Wow. We are in a United Nation room today. Okay. So
I love that.
a lot of question marks of people because most of us here in Asia, we started our business or still doing the business offline way. So you coming from the online community, give us an idea, how did you start this business? Because your operation method, your marketing method, obviously is very different from us. And how did you start your business? And at what point did you actually see results in what you are doing in Energic?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when I first like kind of launched it online
Yes.
to the
Okay.
community that I had at the time, I had no clue what I was doing. I wasn't using like a system or
Okay.
anything like that. I was essentially like, hey, I just saw the compensation plan. I love this product. I'm gonna take it to the top. Who wants to come with me? And if you want to do it, send me a DM and give me your details and I'll message you something. And at the time we were using like a 30-minute web class, which is essentially, like a pre-recorded
Okay.
video that told people what we were up to. But I didn't really
Okay.
like the one that I was given. And so that week when I started collecting, maybe 10 email addresses, I was like, I have to
Right.
record a video. And so what I did was I watched the videos of like five different leaders that I knew who were doing it
Okay.
online, and I created my own. It was literally my first week in the business. Now, obviously, people don't have to do this. We have resources provided for them, but I didn't
Right.
like the ones I was given. So I recorded my own 25-minute web class. And then when people said they were interested in more information, they watched the 30-minute video. And then they could go through something called the discovery process where they would learn information more about the products, more about the comp plan, and
Mm.
get on a coaching call with me. So that
Right.
was really our sales process. I created a personal brand on social media that allowed people to know, like, and trust me.
Okay.
Creating trust with someone on social media is the number one thing that is going to have them follow you, keep coming back, and be willing to buy from you because they trust what you're doing. And
Okay.
so trust is built through sharing your voice, sharing who you are, telling a story, letting them see behind the scenes of your life. So
Right.
every single day I was showing up on social media, I was creating reels and Instagram stories, and I would just do a call to action that says, hey, because with this product, I'm going to take this to the top and I'm going to build a business of freedom. And if you want to do it with me and watch me do it, give me your information. I'll send you a video to learn more. And that was really it. It was very, very basic. It was very rudimentary.
Okay.
I think I made one or two sales the first couple months, but the third month I had a $7,000 month, 7,000
Wow.
US
Wow.
dollars. And up until that point, I had only been making 5,000 USD a month. And
Okay.
so I surpassed in my third month what I had done the past 10 years in my
Wow.
business. And
Wow.
that's when I was like, okay, I just got, I can see that this is going to work. And so
Right.
I just kind of refined that process over time, but it's
Right.
still absolutely build the know, like, and trust online, web class, discovery process, book a call, and then they choose their package.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. Since you mentioned about building trust and showing up online, like in your case, when you were showing up on social media, what is the message like you want people to that when people think of Carly Brown, who is Carly Brown? What was that message that you're sending out on social media for you?
really to take a hold of your health, a hold of your life, like to get involved in your life. Like so
Okay.
many people outsource their health. They outsource it to the doctor. Okay, doctor,
Yes.
what do I need to take? Here's the pills, do this, and they just outsource to a doctor. Yes,
Right.
okay. And then they put the kids in this school system and then they go to the job and everything's just doing what you think you're supposed to do, but we're left sick and broke and uninspired. And so
Yes.
my whole message on social media was create a life that feels like joy and freedom by taking the reins of your life. And at that point,
Wow.
I was talking a lot about health and healing and nutrition and what water we drink and how we move our bodies and how we sleep. And because if you don't feel good in your body, then you don't have the energy and vitality to go out and do
You're
the
right.
things that you want. So the
Yes.
premise of my page was taking ownership of your health. But then as I started to do the business, I was like, and now take ownership of your finances, and so it evolved from there. But number one, when you think about Carly, you think about holistic health, detoxification, and freedom. I would say freedom as a whole.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Yeah. So guys, what Kali share here is golden, you know. Um, like I can see Nori. Nori is from Cambodia. Like Nori, if people looked at you, I know one thing, Nori, I like to applaud you because I start to see a lot of AI version of you on social media now on Facebook. So Nori, like what Kali has just mentioned is simple. When you are out there on social media, what would you like the world to think of who Nori represents? That is the message. Like what Kali just said, take hold of your life, health, finances, family, and she embodies this. And now she is really the living legacy of that message that she is sharing. So powerful. Kali, I like that. Okay, Kali, I know you have been doing this business for last coming to 4 years now. August 1st, right? You were mentioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And have it ever in this coming to 4 years that you have low moments? Because not every day is sunshine. Like Malaysia
No.
now, we just finished the rain this morning, so the cloud looks a bit gloomy today. So not every day is sunshine. Do you have low moments, like times that you maybe feel that is it worth it doing what I'm doing, and if ever you go to that situation, how do you get out of it and always consistently stay in high energy?
Yeah, yeah, of course I have low moments. I don't know that you can be an entrepreneur and not have low moments.
Ah,
It's part of the package. And I always tell my team that, this is part of it. There's highs, there are lows, but if we have a long-term vision, then it's just part of the journey. But one of the big things for me
yes,
in the low moments is like we are in the business of people. And
yes,
people are confusing and people can be difficult and people have opinions and we can't make them do exactly what we want when we want and put a little pretty bow on them. And we are in the business of people, whether it's our teams or whether it's people who are joining our business. You have a lead that you've been working with so long and they're going to get started and then something happens, or you have a disagreement with a team member. You're not seeing things the same way. And the biggest thing for me is like, leading, like I always remind myself, like I love this business, I love this team, it's changed my life, and how can I approach this with the love and the respect that it deserves, because it does deserve love and respect, even though I'm frustrated right now. Like
yes.
I'm frustrated, I'm overwhelmed, I'm hurt, I'm upset, whatever it is that I'm feeling is okay to feel, and I let myself feel it. And how do I approach this with the love and respect that it deserves, because this business has changed my life and my health.
Wow.
And the other thing I would say is really holding the long-term vision. I hold a very, very long-term vision. 1 month of low sales is not going to break me. Three
Right.
months of low sales is not going to break me, because
Wow.
I'm here for decades. I'm here for -4, -5, -6, -7. Like I'm here for all of it. I want the whole Enagic buffet. So I can't let one thing get me down, and I think that genuinely is what separates the people who make it. This is why I find the dash threes to dash eights, they're fascinating people because they've gone through some hard things. You don't
Yes.
get to legacy with just dancing in the sun all the time. Now, we like to have a good time and smile and enjoy
Correct.
ourselves, but
Yes.
you've gone through hard things. And so whoever stays in the game the longest, the one who can stay even when it's hard, it's uncomfortable, or it's 3 a.m. and your hands are in your head's in your hands saying, what am I going to do? If you can stay through that, then you get the gifts on the other side. And so whoever can stay in the game longest is the one who wins and who we're going to celebrate being the long-term legacy leaders here.
Amazing. What exactly I need to hear from Carly Brown today? That's the message. You just I don't know. Sometimes God works in mysterious ways. Guys,
Yeah.
did you just hear what Carly mentioned? The one that stays the longest breaks through all the challenges like Superman and Superwoman are the ones that's going to make it. So ask yourself this question. Are you just going to let your current situation stop you? Or are you going to think long term like Kali? I'm going to have the whole Energic buffet. Okay, because guess what? Even if you stop and go to the next thing, okay, the next shiny penny, I guarantee you there will be challenges there. I guarantee you, you will still come back to face the same ghost that haunts you right here. So you might as well focus here, since if you're already convinced that Energic is the best in the world, no company is perfect, no product is perfect, no management team is perfect, no leaders, no community is perfect. That firstly, we need to put that in mind. But if you know that you already found the one, then let's stay with it all the way. Don't let the small little thing in between get you down. Fantastic. I love that, Kali. Thank you so much. Like you were sent by the angels to say this for the team.
Yeah, and one thing, there's
Yeah.
a saying that goes around,
Yeah.
and you've probably heard it, which is
Yeah.
choose your hard. Everything's hard. Any business is hard.
Yeah.
Having a job is hard.
Yeah.
Being broke is hard. Being uninspired every day is hard. There's no easy path. There's literally no easy path in life. And
Right.
so I remind myself of that too. If I'm having a hard day, I'm like, this is hard. And this is the type of hard that I want to deal with, as opposed to pacing back in front of my office building,
Right.
feeling stuck and not helpful, and like my gifts weren't being utilized and I
Yeah.
wasn't having the impact and someone else was in charge of me. Like, I will take this hard all day over that hard. And so choose your hard is just a term that has helped me along the way as well.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Guys, choose your heart, man. Yeah, going from offline, going to online is hard. Learning a new skill in social media is hard. Being in front of the camera is hard. But do you want to be hard not being with your family all the time and having somebody who has no right to run your life dictates whether you can take a leave or not? Okay,
Yeah.
that's
And
really hard.
everything we need to
Yeah,
learn in this business,
right.
personal development skills, interpersonal skills, communication, sales, marketing, showing up online. It doesn't just affect this business. It affects
Yes.
we grow. Every skill set we need in this business helps us grow exponentially in every other area of life.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we're building a business, but it's not only Enagic that benefits from that. It's helped me be a better mother, a better wife, a better content creator, a better writer, a better storyteller, a better leader. I mean, I remember the first time I ever did a Zoom call for my team, and I was terrified. And now I can get on stage at an Enagic convention in front of 2,000 people and dance. That was not me 4 years ago. I couldn't have spoken like this 4 years
Right.
ago. It's
Right.
because I've just done it over and over and over again.
Yeah, many people just don't realize that network marketing is actually a life transformation, a self-development program
Yeah.
disguised in a business opportunity platform. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Kali has just again reminded us, guys, you're already in the best platform. And most of the thing, especially if you are transitioning towards the online, like writing content, talking stories. In fact, talking stories, whether online, offline, you do it. Most of
Mhm.
these things are relevant, high value skills in the marketplace today. If you all really
Mhm.
think about this, and we are having it and we are doing this in Magic. So you might just as well give your best and enjoy the journey. Okay, Kali, one question I'd like to ask you with regards to how the online community runs the business is
Mhm.
there's always a two different school of thought. One group of people will say that they champion the organic leads, and one group is always talking about paid ads. So
Mhm.
which school of thoughts do you favor and what works really well for you?
Yeah. I'm 100% organic because of that trust factor.
Okay.
I'm not anti-paid ads, but you're working with a very cold lead through paid ads. And so it's going to take a lot more time to warm them up in order for them to have trust with you. Where simply by living my life and showing up every single day on social media, I build trust naturally and easily just with one simple video a day
Right.
that's free to make.
Right.
So I'm definitely organic. My entire Team Rise Up community is organic. I have a lot of women who just went 6A2 in 2 years, 6A in 8 months.
Wow.
Our team is growing rapidly simply from organic social media marketing, which is tell your story, show up on stories, create reels, and let someone see what the potential is for themselves by you being the one who goes first. So and that way you already have someone watching the web class who's like, I like Gary. Yeah, he's a good guy. Okay, let me see what he's up to. Instead of like, who's this guy? What does he want to sell me? Why,
Okay.
they already trust you. So it's much warmer lead going into the sales process.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, very true. Because it like even the way that you were giving that example just now is so different, the posture, right? Somebody that says, hey, Kali has this thing that, I've already known Kali, whether I don't meet her face to face, but on social media for 6 months, a year. And hey,
Mhm.
Kali has this thing, I really need to check it out. Versus now, what does this guy want to sell me again? What is this?
Mhm.
What at the end of the day, what is he trying to pitch me? That
Mhm.
two energy is so different, right? Yeah,
Yeah, and
but
they see
yeah,
me going to Japan or doing a
yes,
team event in Texas or going out to dinner with the girls or doing a water demo and they're like, what are you doing? This seems fun. This seems
right.
cool. Like, how can I get at that table? Like, I want to hang out with you guys. What are you doing? And I'm like, here's the web class. This is what we're doing. We're running our businesses together. They're like you're casting a vision by being the example, through your own life.
Wow, wow. But okay, one more thing is that what if somebody says that hey, of course Kali can do it. Kali, when she gets into Enagic, she's already have all these numbers of following, but I just started and we don't have any following. I just created a new account on Instagram, to promote my lifestyle business and things like that. So for that particular scenario, would you still encourage organic and slowly build the following, or may want to look at paid ads? What do you think?
So, first of all, people who are starting brand new accounts right now are in
Yeah.
an amazing place because at the size of my account, my reach is super, super, super low because my audience has been around for so many years that
Ah,
my reach is really low. Where
okay.
brand new accounts who are just getting started have the ability to have much higher reach.
Okay.
So, I actually just started a new account because I wanted more reach, which is crazy. It's
Wow.
not what you think. So
Wow.
you're in a very good place if you're just first starting out. But what I would tell you is just be really, really clear on who exactly you want to talk to. So, for example, imagine you're on a team call and you're looking out at 20 faces. Who are they? Are they men? Are they women? Are they mothers? Are they trying to leave corporate jobs? Do they want income to travel? Like, who are they? You want to make sure you're speaking on social media to a very specific demographic of person and then you're telling a story that's in alignment with serving that demographic of person. In our community, we will teach offline sales for the first 6 months or so as they get going, because as we know, it's easier to make sales within your warm market. So
Yep.
we'll focus on offline sales for about 6 months while they're building their social media and getting their first reels and stories going. And then about at the 6 month mark, you can, cross over to start doing some more like call to action, sharing the web class, things like that. Now, that is also where ads could come in. We do also have an opportunity for our team to learn to use DM ads, and DM ads are my favorite style of ad
Okay.
because they're still pretty high touch, which means you can have a lead drop into your DM and then you can begin a conversation with them. So that would be a good option as well if someone's not wanting to do offline but is just getting started with an account, is at least be doing DM ads so that you're beginning to have those conversations with people.
Right, right. Okay. So wow, that's a new twist. Which means you guys go hybrid, right? Like you encourage offline,
Yeah.
so that they get the feel of introducing the Enagic products, the Enagic business, and at the same time they are also doing contents on social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, guys, so you can try this, continue like what we have been doing, continue your offline method of spreading this business in. And like, especially in our community, we have people who are already doing this very fluently offline. You can just video what you are doing and put this on social media. That can be a two strategy running at the same time, and people are going to want what you have to offer. Amazing. I
Yeah.
like I like the idea,
Bring what
Kali.
you're doing offline
Yes.
online. Just take
Yeah.
videos of yourself doing the work offline and let the
Right.
community online see.
Right.
Exactly.
And just now, when you mentioned about that reach, like when you have a big following, the reach is lower compared to a new account. Is
Mhm.
that by the algorithm of social media, by the platform?
Yes.
That
Yeah, because when you're a brand new account, they want to push you out.
right,
The algorithm helps you get in front of brand new people.
right.
Whereas with mine, maybe a bunch of followers came through a viral reel and then they
Okay.
never looked at my stuff ever again.
Okay.
So you have a lot of momentum in the beginning when you're first starting your account. And I would
Right,
say to really capitalize that by knowing who you want to help, what you want, who you want on your team, how
right.
how your story can serve them, and really come out of the gate with like clear content plan as to how you want to show up on social media because the algorithm will push your content out there.
Wow. I didn't know this. Thank you so much for this
Yeah.
info. Guys, if
Yeah.
you are starting your social media journey, starting a new account, my advice is, since what Kali says, this information,
Mhm.
just go and blast it out, consistently show up and just put as much content as you can, because people are
Yeah.
going to see it and start following you. And again, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years from now, you're going to have the numbers like what Kali has today. All right. So start today. Kali, if you have a chance to go back 4 years when you start your Enagic business, let's say you have a time machine,
Mhm.
uh, is there anything that you will do different with all the knowledge that you know today, right now, with all this information? Now you get to travel back, second chance, 4 years back. Will there be anything you will want to do differently?
Two things.
Yes.
So when I started, I just started with one K8 instead of
Ah,
multiple products.
okay.
So I only had a K8 for the first 8 months of my business.
Okay.
So I would get multiple products and stack differently right out of the get-go for
Okay.
sure. And
Okay.
then the second thing, I also led with just the water. Again, for the first 8 months, I only
Ah,
talked about, maybe I wouldn't say 8 months, maybe the first 3 months. I shouldn't say eight
okay.
months. The first three
Okay.
months, I only spoke about the water until I got more comfortable sharing about the business. And I did what that guy did to me, which was not tell people there was a business opportunity with it. So I would have
Okay.
done water and business right out of the gate and
Right.
started with more products. Yeah.
Wow, that's super powerful, guys. Did you hear it? A lot of time, that's a very interesting point you brought up, because um, especially in Asia, the price. to enter the Energic, whether you're looking at it from a business or the product, the
Uh-huh.
price is pretty high. Like for example, in Malaysia, a K8 is $21,000 in
Uh-huh.
Malaysia. Can you
Oh,
imagine? Like you are
wow.
getting it for like 6,000, right? Five to
Yeah.
6,000. Yeah, we are 21,000. And bear in mind, we also have people making $5,000 in America, and we also earn $5,000 here in Malaysia. But to get a K8 is 21,000. Yeah, so just for your idea. So there are a lot of
Yeah.
people, especially in Asia, like Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, China, India. They have that perception is I better not ask them to come in like what you say. Better don't because it's so high price. Just get them to come in with one. But
Yeah.
hey, can you imagine if your person comes in with one and 6 months, 1 year later, he gets excited with a business and he regrets it? He said, I could have even take a loan to get 3, 5, 10 more machines. Why did you tell me with one? So again,
Mhm.
guys, show them the benefit. Let them make the decision. Don't
Yeah.
assume they don't have. And even if they don't have and they see the benefit, they may find a way to get it. So
Mhm.
point number one, Kali, you just hit it right at the nail. Um, just offer them that, and that's the reason why even when we show about trifecta, the quads, the quad plus, it is okay because anyway, the products are great. People are going to enjoy it. But more important, if they are going to be really serious about the business, long term, and Energic is not going to give you a second chance, like, oh, sorry, okay, you forget to have multiple. Now I'm going to open like Moses parting the sea. Now I'm going to open and allow you to play some sales. No way. It's done. It's sealed in concrete for the rest of your life. So
Mhm.
remember, offer them the opportunity to come in multiple, but if they, for whatever reason, they don't want it, you have played your role. But if they do, and that could be a very good duplication process, which I know. One of the reason I got to 6A in 4 months, not because I'm Superman or anything, because I showed them the power of, but because I was leading in a business, I was leading the business from day one. I came from a network marketing family. And therefore, I
Mhm.
showed them all these people the benefit of coming multiple. And when they
Mhm.
and everybody that's coming in multiple, obviously, you go up the ranks much faster anyway.
Yeah.
So it's very, very powerful. And secondly is again, don't be afraid to show the business. There are so many people today hungry for another source of income, hungry for what a business like network marketing can do for them and their family. So the least you can do is show them. Whether they want to do it or not, it's up to them. Just show it. So thank
Yeah,
you
I
so
think
much,
I think that's
Kali.
our responsibility to do that
Yeah.
is to give them all. We can't make assumptions about their financials or any we can't make those assumptions. It's our
Yeah.
responsibility to give them all the information to help them get started in the best way possible, the way that's going to support their long-term legacy here, and then
Yes.
let them make the decision, but to make sure they have all of the information they need to make the right decision.
Amazing. Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Kali, the next thing that I like to ask you is both online and offline. A lot of distributors have one challenge. And as you know, one of the biggest uh, success factor in any network marketing business is the ability to duplicate, as in like a photocopy of yourself.
Hmm.
And I've been interviewing many people through the years. I see that same challenge over and over again. So I'd like to hear from you. What are some of the ways that you ensure this duplication process happen in your community so that even if you were to take a year away from the business and not even say anything about Energic, your community continues to move on their own. What are some of the things that you do to ensure this duplication process takes place?
I mean, the first thing is that all the training doesn't require my presence. So everything that I say on team calls is already living within inside a training platform. So we have trainings on social media marketing, on offline sales, on DM ads, on mindset. So if I ever say something on a call that my team feels like it's the first time they've ever heard me say it, then I record a video so that I can always refer them back to that video. So there's somewhere that they can go and learn where myself and other leaders in our community are always saying the same thing over and over again in regards to what it takes to create success here. Um, and then the other thing is, I think that this business is really simple. It's a very simple business. That doesn't mean that it's easy. And so I really encourage my team, and this is what has supported duplication, is the sales process is, you talk to a person, you have a conversation, you go through the XYZ sales process. But what does it feel? What feels like fun for you? What feels like self-expression for you? What feels like the most what feels like truth to you? So I'm really encouraging my team to have conversations in a way that it feels like them. Because if they're just trying to duplicate me, literally, and
Okay.
be like me, which I've had people do, maybe they're more like a little bit more timid or a little bit gentler, and they think they have to be Carly. They're trying to literally be something that they're not. It's
Okay.
going to come off as disingenuous, and it's not
Ah,
going to create a connection between people. And
okay.
so, yes, I give you the model, I give you the system, we give you the training, but then how do you make it feel like yours? Because when someone's connecting with you, whether it's through an ad or online or offline, what's going to support them to get to the next step is feeling like they're connecting with you, with your heart, your perspective, your, authentic whatever makes you you. So that has helped a lot with duplication, is really giving people the permission to take the system, but then express it in a way that feels unique to them.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. So, in other words, be yourself, be genuine.
Be yourself. Yes. Yeah.
uh, you're right. You're right. Because I guess if, I mean, can you imagine a fish trying to be a monkey or a monkey trying to be a bird? Yeah. I mean, people can smell it. People can feel it. People can see it.
But they
So,
but they do it. They're, oh, Gary's successful. I'll just act like Gary. I'll show up the way Gary shows up. And it's like, well, you're not Gary.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So be yourself, and yeah, that's something that you mentioned is so true. Guys, I guess what Kali has mentioned just now makes something that came into my head is every time you are doing whether a online call, Zoom call, or you are like doing a physical meeting in the office or something, maybe have a camera there, because you can always use the footages for training purpose in the future. I realized that especially lately, what I did was I did a marketing plan because there's not many marketing plan in Malaysian currency. So I did one. So
Uh-huh.
nowadays, every time somebody asks me, how's the marketing plan? I just send them this video instead of me
Yes.
having to go and tell them myself. Perfect. Yeah. Like what Kali says, we are living in the 20 I don't know, like the year 2026. Start living like 2026, not 1985. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do a call for someone and you're like, "Oh, that was genius what I said." Take 3 minutes, record it, and
Yeah.
just let it live on so that you don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. Duplicate yourself through resources that are available even when you're not there.
Wow.
And this is
Powerful.
literally happening to me because I'm leaving in 2 weeks to travel for a year. So
Wow.
I'm gonna, be not in my normal office working situation. So I've really
Wow.
relied on those pre-recorded trainings to help my team.
Wow. Yeah. Just for your information, Kali is going a year traveling the whole world. Is that cool or what? I mean, you can't do that if you have a 9 to 5, or even if you are a CEO, you can't do that. Okay, if you are a CEO of a public listed company, you can't do that. Kali can
Yeah.
do it because of this freedom lifestyle
Yeah.
that we have in Egypt. Yeah, I hope Malaysia is in your map in this one year of traveling. Please do.
Well, We're going
Yeah.
to be coming to Japan
Okay.
March to June of
Okay.
next year.
All right.
But I hope to travel around Asia more. I would
Yes.
love to come to Malaysia. Yes,
Please.
yes.
Yes. I'll host you up in our beautiful villa up in the mountains. Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm there.
Sure, that's good. That's good. Okay, last two questions, Kali. Wow, time really flies by. Wow, we are having so much fun here. Hey. Okay, what would you say if somebody goes on either a face-to-face call with you or Zoom call, and that person says it's too expensive or they can't afford it? What would your response be to people who thinks that what we have is too expensive, like in Malaysia, the Kate is 21,000. Yeah. So what would your response be?
Yeah. Well, there's two approaches I have, which is
Yeah.
number one, I have a unique perspective because I did start a brick and mortar. And a brick and mortar takes hundreds of thousands of dollars
Right.
from investors. And I make no money from that business, none, because it's not profitable enough to pay myself
Wow.
anything. So we've
Wow.
had hundreds of thousands of dollars of investments to start a business of which I make no money. And then I started a business for 6,000 US dollars that has generated me millions of dollars over the years. So
Right.
it's not just about what you put in, it's about the return on investment, or the ROI that you get
ROI.
back. So
Yeah.
I really help the people that I'm talking with understand that. First of all, it's not just what you invest, it's what you make back. And then the second thing I help them understand is what is the cost of not creating the type of life that you want to live? What do you want to build in your life? What do you want to experience? Where do you want to go? What type of time do you want to spend with your kids? And what's the price of not being able to do those things because you weren't willing to take a bet on yourself and try something differently? So it's not really about trying to help them to understand, why the machine costs. I don't need to break down the machine and what the plates cost. It's not about that. It's about the value that I help them to understand of what they're really getting and, how they're going to get to grow and who they get to become in the process.
Right. Is it true that in the States, financing is kind of easy to get, or is something difficult, or?
Yeah, I mean, I would say 90% of people do like a 0% APR credit card. And if you have good enough credit, it's fairly easy to get that. Yes.
Okay, so it's just a matter of whether they want to commit into this or not, right? I mean, it's not
Right.
like, yeah, financing is
Right. So
difficult.
we're really helping them understand it's not just about the investment that you're making. Let's talk about what your return on investment looks like.
Right.
Let's look at your first three sales. Let's look at your first eight sales. How long is it going to take you to make that ROI? If you're able to get your return on investment in the first 6 months, would that be worth it for you? If
Wow.
so, then let's create a plan for you to get that return on investment in the first 6 months. So, really creating tangible goals for them to see the potential for themselves.
Amazing.
Even for your people who are doing it offline to
Yeah.
say, okay, if I do this many demos, I often sell this many machines. And then they're talking to a lead and they're saying, okay, so if your goal is to make your return on investment in the first 6 months, knowing that you normally sell X amount of machines per demo, how many water demos do you need to do? Let's put together a plan of how many demos you can do the first month, who you're
Right.
going to invite, how you're going to plan it. And so now you're creating an action plan and backing them into that goal as opposed to, overcoming a money objection.
Right. 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 Yeah. I guess a lot of times, just like you say, it's more the clarity. When
Mhm.
people start to see the other side of it, then that point of entry, the investment part, doesn't seem really that scary anyway. Because
Yeah.
if they are really seriously wanting to do the business, sooner or later, some may take much faster, some may take much slower. But if they are seriously doing it, somehow or other, the machine will be paid off on its own,
Right.
right?
Yeah. And then I'll say, what if it took 12 months?
Yeah.
What if it took 2 years? What if it took
Yeah.
2 years to make back your return on investment? But all along the way, you're drinking the water, you're
Yes.
in the community, you're
Yes.
learning, you're up
Yes.
leveling your mindset. And after 2 years, now you're in profit. Would that be worth it? And then when they say yes, great. How do we get started?
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, because I guess the focus is put on to what they really want to achieve rather than what they need to do to get in. Because sometimes I also don't understand. Some of these people are willing to burn hundreds of thousands of dollars on brick and mortar and be very
Yeah.
skeptical about something that could give them freedom, legacy income, and financial freedom all the way. Right?
Yeah.
It's just a mindset. It's a mindset block. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of our job is to help them see things differently, to help them see things through another lens. And I think a lot of times when people get a money objection, they're like, I don't know how to answer this. It's
Right.
our jobs to support them to, hey, why don't you look through it? What if you look at it like this? Or what if you look at
Yes.
it from this lens? And they're like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's literally our role here for
Yes.
them.
Yeah. Like a compass, right? Show them a new way of looking at things.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, okay, Kali, my last question. Let's just say somebody is on this call right now. They're new and they just tune in, just join 1A. What's your one advice for this person or for everybody? The fact is for everybody here, including myself. What's your one biggest advice to the person watching? How can they be like you or even better to get
Mm.
success in this business? What's your advice?
Well, first, if you're a 1A, 2A, if you're just getting started, if this is one of your first calls, I just want to say congratulations. Like, genuinely, congratulations for being here, for being a part of this company, for having a mentor like Gary. I adore him. I've met him a couple times, and every time I'm like, can I just hang out with you? Like, great energy, incredible leader, so much success. I mean, you guys just have an incredible mentor here. So, how blessed and fortunate are you? And I just want to say how happy I am for you that you're here right now. And other than that, I would say make a commitment that you are going to be here for no less than 5 years. This is what I say to my brand new people. Hi, welcome, congratulations, welcome to the team. Right now, I want you to take out a piece of paper. This is what I say to them. And I want you to say, I am committed to being here for minimum of the next 5 years because, and I help them, I have them write out their why. Why are you doing this? What are you building? What are you creating? Because some people come into a business model like this and after 6 months, they haven't had a $10,000 month and they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. And they just go to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. The name of the game is holding the long-term vision. And I
Right.
don't think I need to tell you, Gary, that. I think you've got that.
Yeah.
But for the
Right.
newer people, I would say it's all about whoever stays here longest and stay close to the fire. Do you know what the fire is? It's this energy, it's this call, it's events, it's getting on live, it's getting in person. This has an energy and a feeling to it that you don't have when you're just alone working at home and the kids are running around and someone's cooking dinner. You know, we're disconnected from this feeling. This has a vibration to it. And this is what when you stay close to the fire, this fuels you, it inspires you, it expands you, it reminds you that something else is possible. And the final one, I know this is more than one, is work harder on yourself than you do on your business.
Wow.
Every single time that you grow personally, your business grows. You grow, business grows. You grow, business grows. If you are currently sitting in a place where this won't work, not for me, it's for other people, I don't know, I don't get it, I can't figure it out, how could you possibly ever create abundance from that place? Like attracts like. And so that is where your first work comes is working harder on yourself, reading books, reading Gary's book, listening to podcasts, getting on YouTube, listening to a meditation every single morning that rewires your thoughts of, I can do this, I'm capable, I'm powerful, I can do anything that I put my mind to. One big mantra that I have is if she can do it, I can do it.
I can do it.
Any single time I see someone doing something cool, instead of feeling jealous or why them, I'm like, you go, girl, because if it's a possibility anywhere in the world that Nori can do it, I'm doing it too. You know, if you can do it, I can do it too. And so if I can do it, you can do it. I'm literally nothing special other than I just was so fed up being broke. I was like, I cannot stand this one more second. I found the product I love. I found a community that I'm inspired by. I found the compensation plan. It is go time. And I locked in and nothing could take me off course. And that was 4 years ago on August 1st. And check in with me 4 more years and we'll be talking just like this. I just decided it was time. So those would be my biggest advice. And have fun along the way because what's life without a little fun and joy and dancing in the rain and just having a good time. So enjoy your life as well.
Wow, super amazing, Kali. Um, Guys, did you hear it? Okay, so just for your information, do you see wings coming out from Kali? No. Do I wear my underwear outside like a Superman? No. So we are all normal people, but here is what makes us different. So
Yeah.
you really need to have that drive, okay, and energy. I mean, just talking to Kali, that energy that is coming out. Okay, so are you having that energy level? Okay, check in. We have all our Zoom calls, we have our community calls. Come, bring your people, tune in to us, and definitely this is going to be the biggest success in your life. So once again, Kali, thank you so much. You have been such a great star with us today. What you have shared today very definitely will be changing many people's lives all over the world. Okay, and you don't know how much this call means to a lot of us here because we don't really get much access to the Western information other than this type of calls. So it
Mhm.
is really, really good. Thank you so much. I hope Malaysia is in one of your world tour. Okay.
Yes,
So if you do come, give me the heads up in advance. Let us plan something for you, and definitely we will have a great time together.
I would love that so much. I look forward to hopefully meeting many of you next year when I'm in Malaysia. I'm going to make it happen.
Yes.
And thank you for asking me to be on, Gary. Great to see you in Japan, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.